Welcome back to Not Timmy 66. How the heck's everybody doing today? Beautiful Wednesday. Look at that sky. Woo. 82 degrees today in Texas. But that's not what I came here to talk to you guys about. Today, we're going to talk about 5 life-changing reasons to work for the post office. So we read a lot of stuff about the United States Post Office that's pretty negative, right? I mean, if you go on Indeed or a bunch of different job sites, you're going to see some stuff that's pretty negative about the post office. And that would be pretty easy to cover. But today, I think instead of covering the negative, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about 5 positive impacts of the United States Postal Service and how it can change your life. And also in another video, I think obviously I'll cover the obvious elephant in the room, and we'll cover 5 negatives as well. But today I just kind of want to go over the positives. And you might say to yourself, "Not Timmy, it's just a job, right? Now you're talking about this like it's some kind of a, the best thing since sliced bread." Well, in a lot of cases, it can change your life. And there's some good reasons as to how it can change your life and what it can do for you and more importantly, you and your family. And I think, guys, the first one that I want to talk about is one that really doesn't even apply to me. How it can impact your life for your future. Now, it's going to impact me as far as my future goes, obviously, right? As far as income and things like that go. But what about if you want to retire with $1 million? What about if you want to retire with $2 million? Through the post office, that's very possible if you start at a young enough age. Guys, when I was sitting in orientation, we had, wasn't a union guy came in, it was one of the managers, one of the higher ups at the postal center that I was at. And he was talking to us about the pay and the benefits and how long he'd been in and things along those lines, where he started, where he came from, where he's at now, all those things. And one of the main things that he brought home to us was the retirement plan. There's very, very few companies out there that offer the kind of pension plan that the post office offers, right? That pension plan is good enough that if you're smart with your money and you know how to save your money and you know how to, maybe not just like, be a stock market investor or anything like that, but if you put enough money back and you work enough years at the post office, you will retire with $1 million. And guys, to be honest with you, and you're young enough, you got to keep that in mind too. I mean, you obviously have to be able to put the time and the years in to be able to do it. And if you obviously don't have the years, such as I don't have 30 working years left in my life, it makes it kind of difficult. Now I can still retire with a really, really, really nice chunk, but it's going to take a little bit more sacrifice on my end because I'm going to end up having to put probably a lot more away than I would as if I was starting this when I was 20, 25 years of age. So man, guys that are just getting out of the military, guys that are just getting out of college, heck, if you're just getting out of high school, you're 18 and you're looking for that career job and you don't want to, let's say you don't want to go, and I don't know, do the college route, sink yourself into all that kind of debt. You just want a good paying job that's going to afford you a great future. You can do that with the post office. Now, I'm not saying other jobs you can't do that with as well, because there are some jobs out there that you can do it with. But right now, the opportunity with the post office hiring like they are, and the ability to earn the money that you're going to earn, plus the retirement and the benefits plan that they have, that is number one. You want to be a millionaire, you're young enough, you're smart enough, you can retire with that kind of money with the United States Post Office. Number 2, and this may seem like a bit of a, I don't know, an oxymoron or whatever, but you're working for the U.S. government, man. You're working for the United States government, What does that mean exactly? Well, it means great benefits, which I've already been over, right? But it also means that once you have enough time in service with the United States government and you decide that the post office really isn't for you, guys, you can move to other U.S. government jobs very easily. You already have the U.S. government experience in. You already have that time in. You already have time served, and you're considered a United States government employee. So if you decide that, you know, after 10 years delivering mail, or 10 years of sorting mail, or 10 years of supervising, or whatever it is that you're going to do at the post office, you decide that you don't want to continue at the post office, another opportunity presents itself, guys, sky's the limit with that. Once you start working for the United States government and through the post office, it's an easy way to get your foot into the door. You can move to other U.S. government jobs very, very easily. You want to work for Department of Homeland Security. You want to do any of those things. That's just one that comes to mind. You want to work for the United States Department of Agriculture. You want to work for any of these government jobs, guys. You can do it. And your foot's already in the door because you're already a government employee. Another obvious one, guys, which would be number 3 in my book anyway, is job security. Post office ain't going nowhere. It may morph, it may change, but it's the U.S. Post Office, guys. I've said it in other videos and I'll say it again. They deliver over half of the world's mail, not just here in the U.S. And yeah, you say, okay, the internet is hurting the post office, and yeah, it's true. They've had a reduction in some of their business because people pay their bills online now. Heck, I pay my bills online, a lot of them anyway. So there have been some things as times change that the post office has become less successful in than they had in the past, right? But it ain't going anywhere. And if you want a job that honestly, I believe that you can start right now at whatever age you're at, and you want to work until you're ready to retire, the post office is a great place for that. It's not going anywhere. It may morph, it may change, it may turn into more of a package delivery service, but it's always going to have the mail. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. There's always going to be people, always, that are going to send postcards. There's always going to be people that write letters. There's always going to be stuff that's delivered through the mail that has to be, right? Important documents that are delivered in the mail. When you buy a house, you get important documents about your title and your insurance and stuff like that that you need to keep. All those things are still going to come through the post office. You buy a car. Heck, if you have some legal issue or you're suing somebody or whatever, a lot of correspondence is done through the United States Post Office. And guys, that's not going anywhere. And if you're working in the industry that's doing all the delivery and the networking, the post office has one of the best worldwide networks ever set up. Now, say what you will, it may be a little antiquated, and yeah, they do need to update a lot of things, right? Especially you guys that already work for the post office know this, that their equipment is old, and they are working on updating that, but they're not going anywhere. So where else can you go and with no experience get your foot in the door to a place that you're going to continue to work at as long as you want to, right? Job security is important. Maybe you worked retail. Retail's going out the window. Maybe you've done other types of jobs that you've seen get less and less and less as far as the demand for those jobs. The Postal Service ain't going nowhere. So job security is definitely something. You're never going to have to wake up and go, I wonder where I'm going to get a job at. I wonder what I'm going to do. You don't have to do that. With the post office, you've got a job, and that's awesome. You know, when you look at job satisfaction ratings and stuff like that, of course, one of the main things besides benefits that you look at is pay, right? And advancement. Well, I'm going to lump all this into number 4, right? Number 4 is pay and advancement. You guys, let me show you something here real quick. Professional camera work. You see this bike? You see this car? You see my other car? I'm standing in the garage of my house. You want to afford those things. You want to have the nice toys. You want to have the motorcycle. You want to have the car. You want to have the nice house in the suburbs or the city. You want to have that great trendy apartment. You want to have the nicest clothes. You want to be able to buy your kids that gaming system that they've been bugging you about forever, the latest iPhone or Android phone or whatever. You know, anything. You want to buy your wife that trip to Italy, to Venice, to sail down the canals. You want to go see the world. You want to travel. You want to do those things. You can do it with your post office job. The income level for the postal workers is guaranteed. And let me tell you guys something. During the health crisis, I almost said the P word. You can get in trouble on YouTube for saying that. But during the health crisis, not one single United States Postal Service employee lost 1 hour of work. When everything else was being shut down and people were being forced to work from home, you're an essential employee when you're a postal worker. You have job security. And you have advancement opportunities, guys. You can move up if you want to be that supervisor, if you want to be that manager, if you want to do something in operations, training, IT, anything with the post office. Once your foot's in the door, you can move to other positions and move up and advance your career, let alone just the step ups that you make on the union scale as you have time in. Yeah, when you're starting out in an assistant role, but you got to start somewhere, right? We're all starting, picture a ladder. You're on the bottom rung, right? And you start climbing that ladder. But as time goes by, your income goes up. They have cost of living raises at the post office that are pretty much unparalleled with other places. They do cost of living increases, and guys, are written into the union contract, so you're guaranteed to get these. Not let alone the paid vacation time and everything else. But if you want to support your family and you want to have nice things and you want to put your money towards other things than just, you know, making sure that you're keeping the lights on and you got food in the refrigerator, you want to have some disposable income to do the fun things in life, because life is short, right? We always want to have adventures, and we always want to do what we love. We're not just all about work. At least I'm not. Then the post office is a way to go. Again, I go back to it. I'm a broken record with this, but you can get your foot in the door with no experience. And you have to have really two things, man. You got to have a commitment to the job, and you got to be willing to work hard. Two things. There isn't many things out there like that anymore. Not really. Not really. Especially if you don't have that college degree or you don't have that life experience or that trade skill or something like that. Let's say that you are working for the post office, and I don't even, you know, I'm just one example. You're working for the post office as a mail handler, right? And you've always wanted to drive a truck, and you see these trucks coming in because you're unloading them every day, right? They have motor vehicle operator positions. Get your CDL. Move over to that. Start driving trucks for them. Sky's the limit. And it's all just by putting an application in at the post office. And no, I'm not a recruiter for the United States Post Office. Let me put that caveat out there right now. I'm not. I'm just saying that I don't know right now of too many government entities that are hiring like they are, where you can get your foot in the door and have all these benefits. They're life-changing benefits, guys. Life-changing. All right, so let's say that all that stuff isn't enough to make you think that the post office is a great place to work. Maybe I missed about 500 others. But my last one, my fifth point that I'm going to make, and I think it's a good one, is it looks damn good on a resume to be a United States Postal employee. Okay? It says a lot to other companies. It says you've been through the background checks. It says you've been fingerprinted. It says that you're good to go. It says that you are a hard worker and that you work for an agency, a company, whatever, a government entity that is considered one of the top-notch employers in the country. It looks great on a resume, guys. So if 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, 2 years down the road, you decide that the post office, for whatever reason, just isn't for you and you want to move into something else, you've got that longevity of that job. you've got that career, and you've got that on your resume. And it may not seem like a lot. It may seem like I'm reaching for point number 5, but I'm really not. It looks great on a resume. As a previous hiring manager for corporations and stuff like that, I can tell you that if I saw on your application that you had worked for the post office, that says something about you right there. That says, you know what, this person is kind of a cut above the rest, kind of a cut above the person that just worked in the warehouse, kind of a cut above the person that worked the retail job, kind of the cut above the person that just did the construction work and stuff like that. Heck, it's a cut above someone that's actually worked for FedEx or Amazon, right? It's the United States Post Office, and that resume point carries a ton of weight. A ton of weight. And if you're considering moving out into something else after you've done this for a while and you decide that, you know, the post office for whatever reason just isn't for you, and I'm going to add another caveat in there too. You can work anywhere in the United States with the post office. Are you going to give up your seniority in the position that you're at to go, say your wife got a great job, your husband got a great job, and you got to move across the country? You can go get a job. You can transfer. You can transfer over to other post offices because they're all over the United States. Everybody gets their mail, right? Everybody gets their mail. So you can move to other positions. And I mean, other parts of the country and not have to worry about looking for a job. You've got a job secured. So guys, that's just 5. There's tons more out there, and I would love to hear some suggestions on what you guys think. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think about my 5 positive, life-changing reasons why I think you ought to go to work for the post office. And guys, before you sit there and think, oh, this guy's just some kind of a recruitment tool for the US Post Office, I'm really not. I'm just telling you guys what I know are great reasons why to go to work for the post office, right? There's so many good reasons, and with so much bad publicity out there from people, you can sit there all day long. You can go on YouTube and you can see all these horrible comments about how bad the post office was, and you know, why you don't want to work for the post office, and it's the run screaming away, it's the worst thing that you would ever consider doing. Well, I'm here to give you 5 good reasons as to why you might want to consider it. Again, I'm not some kind of a government shill, I don't know, poster boy for the post office. I just want to point out that there's a lot of positions that are available with a lot of opportunity for you and your family, man. Right? That's all I got for today, guys. I appreciate everybody watching my channel. Thank you guys so much. If you do like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you hate the video, give me a thumbs down. If you disagree with me, give me the reasons why, man. Let's have a discussion. Any opinions always welcome on my channel as long as it's respectful. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. If you have any questions about the post office that I can answer for you, let me know. I'll be happy to find out for you if I don't know right offhand. You all take care. Have a wonderful day. Stay tuned for my next video. I think I'm going to do 5 negatives of the post office next. But these are 5 positive things that can really change your life. You guys get out there, enjoy the day. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Don't work too hard, work smart. And no matter what you do in life, make it count.